I can't get over this stupid puzzle. It feels like this is happening in, like, a horror game, like, that was made by just some random person on the internet working alone with Unity assets. And, like, all of the parts of the puzzle just, like, kind of instantly appear and disappear when you, like, press the use button in the right areas. What about moving the car?
Am I thinking of a different part of the game?
I think you are. I don't remember anything that had to do with that.
Episode 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Because there's another puzzle sequence in there at some point where you're looking for keys or something or a password.
You need the password to the laptop, yeah.
So she's gonna just blaze here in her bedroom without even opening a window.
Yeah. Whoever.
No, the windows are open.
See,
the windows are open.
Yeah, that is not enough open window. That is...
Yeah, like, okay, so people smoke marijuana across the street from my apartment, and if we don't close all the doors, like, in the bathroom where it comes in from, the whole apartment smells like it. You gotta take some serious precautions if you're gonna get high in fairness, the same house as, like, an ex-military asshole stepdad.
Yeah, exactly.
I get made fun of regularly by my wife for not knowing what pot smells like, so...
Let me see.
Because we'll, like, go to an apartment or whatever, and she'll be like, that place smelled like pot really bad. And I'll be like, did it? Okay, I believe you. I don't know.
It's really strong and distinct. And yeah, there's just no way she could hide this from David.
You hella saved my life.
Like, I really just think I'm either really dumb as to what pot smells like, or I just am blind to pot smell. I don't know which it is.
It's odorless, and we're all fucking with you.
A ninja would have cut Nathan's head off.
It's like cyanide. Most people can't actually smell it.
Oh yeah,
it actually smells not too dissimilar from, like, if somebody hits a skunk near the highway.
Not at all. Your hair and clothes are so different.
I hope so. I'm sure this is all so weird.
Oh, that's why she didn't recognize her. They don't know each other. I get it now. I get it now.
So you must have overheard our conversation.
Well, apparently Max just has that disease where you can't recognize people's faces.
Okay, I only heard something about
to be fair, if I was in a video game world, everybody would look alike to me. It's like you've all got the same head with different hairs. It's like being in an anime.
Did you, like, what is this question? Like, what
did we tell the principal?
What does absolutely here do?
Did we tell the principal?
Absolutely.
I don't think we did we?
Yeah, we did.
Gun on you.
Gutless prick. That was scary. Who did you tell?
The principal. But he didn't seem to believe me.
The principal? Are you still 12? That drunk jackass only cares about cash for Blackwell Academy. Don't trust him.
I didn't mention you at all.
Once again, Ashley Birch here feels way more believable as Chloe than as Aloy.
And I seriously owe you, Max.
I didn't have an issue with not being able to believe Aloy as a character, and this is weird because we're bringing up a totally different game, and this is criticism aimed at that game, not this one. But
I'm just saying, like, I like
she's more in her element like this.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Which is not to say that her performance as Aloy wasn't great, but like this feels better.
Cool. You remembered my
yes, I'm not saying Aloy
just
is bad.
Because we because of 10 years of Hey Ash, what you playing leading up to this.
Well, no, because like I like her in Borderlands 2 as what's her name?
Yes, of course it's cool. Thank you.
Tiny Tina.
But again, that's kind of a crazy character.
Now that we got that mushy shit out of the way, I feel like stage diving. Let's thrash this place.
You're crazy.
Yep, I'm fucking insane in the brain. Let's dance. Shake that bony white ass. Or take my picture with the new camera.
This line's awkward, but I actually think it's supposed to be.
Right.
Like, it's her changing lines, like, changing gears way too aggressively. Because she's, like, actually really uncomfortable. With, like, how sort of emotional and, like, how much of a, like, how kind of deep and intimate this scene is getting. So she has to get, like, really sort of stupid as fast as possible.
But, I mean, this game lives and dies by this relationship. Like, if this didn't work, this game doesn't work. You need to believe Max and Chloe. Like, if you don't, nothing else matters. Warren is cute, David is a jerk, but if you don't believe Max and Chloe, this game doesn't work at all.
Yeah.
She's got a lit. Is that a cigarette or a joint now?
My
It's a
stepdad
joint.
will kill me if he finds you here.
It looks like a cigarette,
there's
though.
just no way.
She also smokes
Jill, I'm
cigarettes,
changing. Is
so...
that okay? Max, find a place to hide now.
Hide in the closet.
So
Hide in the
there's a
closet.
correct way to do this.
Chloe, you're stalling.
I'm changing. Give me a minute.
Don't get smart. Just let me in now.
Oh,
Like, you
you gotta
can't
rewind
have-
time.
Time pressure
Rewind.
in a
Hurry up,
game
'cause you
where
gotta
I am
rewind
a
time
fucking
and time.
Time Lord.
What are you doing? Chloe, you're stalling.
I'm changing. Give me a minute.
Don't get smart. Just let me in.
Were all these like little things just
1
going
second.
wrong in Max's life her whole
Stop.
life, and finally she's like, "Oh God!"
What's going on in here?
Jesus, I'm just
Just every
trying
time
on
I open a
clothes.
door,
Just
like
so
my spaghetti flies everywhere.
Combat, we'll
Thank
do that.
God I have superpowers now. Thank God I now have the superpower of being slightly less awkward.
One of my guns is missing. Did you take it?
Oh God, I didn't take your stupid gun. You do know I believe in gun control?
Wait. Is that grass? You been toking up again in here?
Oh, yeah,
You know, he
guns,
who controls
weed.
the gun controls
Trip and
the...
balls.
Wait.
I'm sick of your disrespect. Tell me the truth. That's an order. Whose is it?
Okay, this felt kind of awkward. I haven't had a military parent, but just like the way he always like sort of addresses her, like that's an order, like it didn't really. That felt like an affectation of a character that was written
Yeah.
to be like somebody who's trying to. It's like they have the big character note on their page, like wishes he was still in the military, misses that sense of strict
Right.
control and discipline, and tries to apply it in his
I think
private
he was
life.
dishonorably
And was
discharged.
Really,
Yeah,
just
I
like
mean-
really over
I'm
enthusiastically
sorry.
applying it to the dialogue.
That was my
I have
Military
no-
asshole is
lot.
underscored
Yeah.
twice
I don't
in
like
his character
strangers
profile.
home.
Yeah,
Especially dopers.
I mean, I've known
So you're
an
bringing
awful
drugs
lot
into my
of
home.
military
How about if I
people
call
in
the
my
police?
family,
That'd screw up your spotless
both enlisted
Blackwell
and
record.
officers in all branches,
You do seem
and
to
I've
go around
never
facts.
met anybody
I'm
that
sick of you
even was
losers
like a
dragging Chloe
milder
down.
version of this
Missy,
guy.
you sure
In
do
fact,
like
he's
to
kind of
pop up
the
and start
opposite
trouble.
of all the military
this
people
afternoon.
I've ever met.
You don't have anything smart to say now, do you?
Yeah, he's the cliche. Like again, this game was written by French people,
You
so
don't have any friends.
just
Like
throwing that
you
out
know.
there.
You're not even
But
a
like,
real cop. You're
he is
fucking
sort of
security
the most
was a
cliche version of an army
Max,
guy you could
if I
possibly
see you
imagine.
here again,
Ex-army
Yeah.
guy.
you'll learn all about
Like
real trouble.
American Beauty is the only
Like, I
reference
don't
point
think
I
it
have.
doesn't ring true.
Because
Like,
you're such a badass, Max. Let me show
there's
you my new
almost
toy.
something nice about him not being like, oh, just a little bit crazy, and Chloe blows everything out of
I'm
proportion
Price.
because she's got
Chloe
a conflicting
Price.
personality.
Jesus, put that thing down.
Chillax, sister. It's not even low.
Oh, I didn't know she showed you the gun this
I
early.
thought you believed in gun control.
If you,
Yes, I
No,
believe
okay,
I
if
should
you-
control the gun. It's the men who need to be checked.
If you help her
You
out,
trust
yeah.
Nathan or David? Thanks for taking the heat.
Yeah,
We
but
totally
I mean,
smacked
you know,
his punk ass down,
I
Max.
agree that it's
He's
nice
no
that
match
he
for
actually
you and
is
me
just
now.
like kind of
That was
a
an
crazy
epic win.
asshole. But like just the way that
Anyway,
crazy
let's sneak out
asshole
the
just
window.
is
There was
expressed
one cool
makes
place
it
we can hang in this
really
pickhole.
feel more like a cliche than just like him genuinely
Man,
being
that
a
did
really
not
out
go
there
well for
character.
me. If I want
Yeah.
to keep my
Well,
Blackwell
what bugs me
scholarship,
is
I
like he's a
shouldn't
red
lie for
herring,
anybody.
right? Like he
Even
becomes
Chloe.
this red herring of like
I have to
there's a
think about my own
crazy
future.
evil military guy who beats his child and
You're
is
giving me a look
setting
I
up
haven't seen
cameras
for a
all
while.
throughout the
What's
world
the problem?
of the world you're in. Is he the bad
Do I
guy?
wanna tell her to put it
Quite
back?
possibly.
She's
I
totally
don't
going to
think
do it
that
if we
does
say
anything.
that. It's
Does she
She
really
will
do that?
not.
I don't think so.
no.
No, of course not.
Why
It
steal a
shows
gun
up in
from
the
his
second
stepdad?
episode.
You know you're gonna get busted.
In the
Or
worst
somebody
puzzle
like Nathan will bust
sequence.
me with a cap. Screw that. I need to cover my own
Yes,
back.
but also
I spent,
whatever.
like,
Dad
25
won't let you
minutes
off
on
the
that.
hook that easy.
Look,
What the hell does he
it
need another
establishes
gun for?
thematics,
To motivate
Josh.
Bigfoot cheerleaders?
It's excused by my
Just
book.
So scary.
I know, Max.
I mean, it
But I
is
do feel
also
safer having
part
a
of
9mm
the
in
most
my pants.
unintentionally funny bit of the game, but, like, man.
Ask
Can
her
you
if she can
actually
use
use
it.
it?
If you're gonna carry around
After
a gun,
about
you better
100 online
like go out into the
videos?
wilderness and
Yeah,
learn
come
to
on.
Gun
fire.
really a
it.
9mm?
Don't keep it in your
It didn't look.
pants,
It looked like a
okay?
revolver to
Max,
me.
I'm not looking for trouble.
I mean,
I
you
just
can
want
have
to
I mean, I
9mm
guess there are
revolvers.
9mm revolvers.
Have guns, it should be legal.
Oh, she is not selling. She's not making a case for herself very well. Oh, I watched.
No.
Don't worry, it's fine. I watched some
If you
videos
open the
online.
window, we can both get the hell out of here.
Climb out the window.
So this is weird because, like, If you're secreting yourself away, then it makes sense to leave through the window. But if you've announced yourself to Chloe's dad, leaving through the window makes no sense. And running away makes no sense. This scene makes way more sense.
Her dad wouldn't let her leave without a fight.
I guess, but like, then why does she run out to the fire, to the lighthouse? Like, this makes more sense if you do the dad slaps her and therefore she gets depressed and runs here, which has the spirit animal of her old girlfriend, and Max follows her.
Reminds me of when we were kids. Come on, Slowpoke. Hold on.
Which I also don't think Max. I think Max shows up.
So why do I feel like I was
without
just
having
here?
Chloe heralding her?
Whoa.
I think Max just follows her.
This is the exact same path I was on during my nightmare today.
That's interesting. I've never done the other option, because, like, why would you do that?
Because it was what... I didn't want to get yelled at by a military dude.
I'm in my nightmare again.
Yeah, it does make this fight more complex. You could make a pretty good case for just staying in the closet as being the best move.
Birds are so lucky. They can always escape.
Warren, buddy, not now. No, don't.
What is this? Oh. Okay, thanks, Victoria. Thanks for the update.
I like Victoria. I know she's evil.
No, she's way better than Warren as far as characters go in this game.
How pretty. Wowzer. Chloe drew that to mark our tree fort, so we'd always be able to find each other in case of emergency.
That's really Jim Dandy.
Okay, so give the game credit, because it gets fucking real.
It seems
like it commits to this shit in a minute.
Oh look,
like,
X-Files graffiti.
How long has that been here?
You know, from the beginning of this game, like, it sort of intimated that, like, despite the kind of twee affectations of, like, the teenagers in it, that it was gonna get into some serious shit. And this is kind of where it pays off on that, by kind of almost getting a little more serious than you'd expect.
Have a seat, Pete.
You're in a good mood.
Seeing my step dork get played makes me happy.
I'm not as brave as you. And David is indeed a step douche.
I'm sorry you had to experience it firsthand.
You have to live with him. Has he always been this way?
Ever since my desperate mom dragged his ass to our home. I never trusted David.
He freaked out on poor Kate Marsh today.
I know her. She's cool. Only that prick would bully her.
He has some kind of weird agenda.
Chloe does seem like the sort of person who'd have a good relationship with somebody like Kate Marsh.
Gathering enemy intelligence.
Like that doesn't immediately track, but actually it makes complete sense when you think about it for a minute.
I couldn't help it.
Never change. What did you find?
Creepy photos of Kate Marsh. Other Blackwell students.
This dude takes his job too seriously. He still thinks he's at war or something. He's a total surveillance fetish. Where are there spy cams in the house?
Well,
honestly,
Chloe, your house.
Honestly, he still thinks he's at war or something line would be way stronger if they didn't have like him using military affectations in his speech.
I'll keep this a secret for now.
Okay, right there. That's the usage of hella that doesn't make sense to me. He's so hella fucking paranoid. Sounds really discordant to me, like subtly wrong. I'd love for hella scholars to get in on this.
Yours?
Not anymore.
So what do you have on Nathan?
He's an elite asshole who sells bad shit.
Because somebody in the comments, and I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was, said that, you know, really the only way to get to the bottom of this whole, like, is this dialogue ridiculous or is it not, is to sort of identify what seems like it's logical, like that this is reasonable teenager conversation.
So blazed, it would be an easy
and also identify when something sounds wrong.
Actually, yes.
So we can sort of see, like, okay, how much of this is just like whether or not you've hung around the right coffee shop, at 5 o'clock on a weekday.
What about you and Nathan?
We went to his room at Blackwell. We drank, and I laughed at his rich kid bullshit. He was one step ahead and put something in my beer.
God, Chloe. I can't believe this. I mean, I do. Then what?
I know I passed out on the floor. I woke up and that perv was smiling, crawling towards me with a camera.
Go on.
Everything was a blur. I tried to kick him in the balls and broke a lamp. Nathan freaked, so I managed to bum rush the door and get the hell out. Max, it was insane.
I am so furious, I can't even speak. What did you do then?
So this is some hinting at stuff that will make sense later that I completely missed from this episode.
That was Nathan's last mistake.
He's still dangerous, Chloe. Not just to you.
Oh, good thing you notified the principal. I feel safer already.
I won't always be there to save you.
You were here today, Max. You saved me. I'm still tripping on that. Seeing you after all these years feels like...
destiny.
Yeah, this game
and
gets
then
into
it
heavy
cuts
shit.
to an obvious cutscene.
Aww.
Life
I
is
like this
strange.
cutscene.
Destiny
I
2.
like this cutscene. Screw you guys. I like the end of this episode.
If this is destiny...
We're back on
we
Mars.
can find Rachel. I miss her, Max.
I like the
shit
snow,
kid has taken away
and I like
everyone
the
I've ever
music,
loved.
and I like the
To drop a bomb on
orangey
Arcade Bay
glow.
and turn it to fucking glass.
Alright, we got one more bit before that. God damn it.
Oh no! Not again!
Now you spoiled everything, Camster.
So here we get another inconsistent use of... Oh boy, that's definitely on the drinking game for the season. Chloe's time powers need to work in a certain way for a scene that it doesn't
Chloe has
really make
time
sense
powers?
for them to work given the way that we were introduced.
Max.
Chloe's still up there? I have to
Max,
find out.
whatever.
Whoever.
And you know, you can make the argument this is like some kind of dream sequence
Max,
here.
don't fuck around.
Wasted.
Why?
Okay, what's you guys' favorite, like, dumb noise to make when you die in a video game? Or, like, thing that happens when you die in a video game? Yeah, there's...
My favorite thing to do
money.
is, like, if I'm playing System Shock 2, my favorite thing to do when encountering the eggs in System Shock 2 is to scream, "Bees!" and run away, because there's bees in the eggs. But I don't think people like that.
Did I miss something?
There's bees in the eggs and Seamus knows what I'm talking about. There's bees in the eggs in System Shock 2.
Oh my
What?
lord.
I don't think they're eggs, they're just like
Where
hives.
does this... Where does
They're
that come
eggs.
from? What was the question that you heard, Chris?
What do you like to scream when you die in video games?
Is this Friday?
Okay,
I die often to
like,
bees.
what's your favorite death screen / like death sound? Because I think it
Oh, not
for me,
ones
it
that
might
I
actually
make.
be like,
Okay.
Tornado was headed
Yes.
straight for the town.
I think for me it might actually be like when you die in Human Revolution and Jensen just makes that really stupid noise.
I like Quake Guy. Quake Guy screaming in lava.
Oh my lord, this is real. It's real.
Max, what's going on? You totally blacked
Yes,
out.
that is
I
mine.
didn't black out. I had another vision. The town is going to get wiped out by a tornado.
Oregon gets about 5 tornadoes every 20 years. You just zone.
No,
So Sid
no, I saw
Sid
it.
Matters did a lot of music for this, and it's all pretty fantastic.
Come on, take a breath.
And it's not
Sid
for this,
Meier's.
Not crazy.
not Sid Meier's.
But there's something else I have to tell you. Something
That's what he's been working on all these years instead
I had
of
the same
Sid.
vision earlier
This
in
is
class.
indie
Look,
rock
all the
band.
music,
When I came out
all the
of it,
music in this is
I
twee,
discovered I could
acoustic,
reverse time.
indie,
Like I
like
said,
stuff that I think it's really easy for people to hate, but I really, really like it, and I know that's awful because I get all of my music from like
it's not
media.
Awful. Everybody hates on everything this game represents, and that's bullshit. I was able to go back and hit like, you can personally not like it, but there's this kind of righteousness that I see sometimes, you know? Like, the people who like this are the worst scum of the earth, and that fucking bugs me, you know? I'm not even into it most of the time. It's just, I think it's valid.
I really the soundtrack.
It's like 80 degrees. How?
Climate change. Or a storm is coming.
Max?
Is that a real thing? Like snowflakes if a storm is coming? Or like a tornado?
No.
I've never heard of this idea.
No.
Absolutely is not.
Maybe it
I
is
lived
in
in
France.
Tornado Alley for like 10 years. No, it's not.
Yeah, likewise.
I wonder if non-Americans realize that we have a place just literally called Tornado Alley. Like, it's a real thing, guys.
Technically, I wasn't in Tornado Alley, but I was on the periphery for 7 years.
Like, yeah, for some people live in Tornado Alley. Tornadoes are just, they're a thing you deal with. Just every so often you see a tornado and you're like, okay, is it heading towards us?
I love this sequence, though. I love that you're setting up all these future story plots, as well as, like, recapping what you just saw, to this really beautiful sunset and this great song about being young at heart, and being younger, I guess, whatever. But the naivete of innocence, I dig it. I dig everything about this closure movie. I really love it.
Yeah. Pretty much every episode ends with something cool like this.
And it's real easy for this shit to be bad, right? Like, I love House.
Right.
House ends a lot of episodes with cutesy twee indie music.
Yeah.
That totally does not justify it. These scenes more or less justify it. These work. Also this. Foreshadowing!
Man, I did not remember that was in this episode.
Yep.
That's like end of the game shit.
Yep. They knew where they were going.
Yeah, really.
Anyway, hey, music by Jonathan Morali, Sid Matters. His real name is Jonathan
Original
Morali.
story by Jean-Luc
The more you know.
Alright, so that's episode 1 of Life is Strange.
Yeah, we'll do credits later. If you want the full credits, watch the last episode.
Yeah.
We're miserly with our credits time.
It'll just get us flagged for YouTube again anyway. If that previous song didn't.
Oh yeah, we got End of the Thing choices.
Okay.
End
by the
of
way,
the Thing choices.
Where we did the most popular option of pretty much everything.
I'd ask what the best credit music is in any video game, but at first I thought, well, the answer's obvious. But then I thought, no, the answer's not obvious, but it's
John.
right.
Yeah.
We did not do the most popular thing on that last choice. The most popular choice is staying hidden, which is what I did. Although blaming Chloe is kind of a dick move.
Chloe. Yeah.
So if you don't get hidden, if you don't hide, you just stay out there, and David comes in and is like, "What is that lady doing in my house?" And then you can either like be like, "Well, it's Chloe's joint," or you can be like, "Well, I just stood here, and also it's my joint." And apparently 0% now suddenly of
turning
players,
on my friends' stats.
0% of players blame Chloe for the joint.
1% worldwide.
I mean, 1%, that's barely enough to account for people replaying just to see what would happen. Like, that means a vanishingly small percentage of the people actually chose that as a real thing to do.
Yeah, and nobody, like, fucks with Data's pregnancy test, because, like, what kind of psychopath do you have to be to do that? Just stone cold, look at someone's pregnancy test in front of them!
It's interesting that they still do
and
the
pick it up with your hands.
stuff.
It's been peed on for crying out loud.
This is a good episode, but more for the whale diner than for the train stuff. The train stuff is the worst puzzle, in my opinion, in the game. But
okay, so best video game credit music of all time, obvious choice. Take us back from the end of Walking Dead.
Okay, I don't remember a lot of video game credit music, if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah, like, if I want to, like, best credits music ever, like,
Illuminati from Deus Ex?
I would go for something like Cowboy Bebop's last episode or something like that.
Okay, video games.
Video games, I don't
Illuminati by Deus Ex. From Deus Ex.
I guess I'd have to go with that too, just because I can't think of anything better.
Well, I mean, there's the Portal music, of course, but...
Is this part of the episode? Are we done?
I don't know. Cut it somewhere in here, because we're at like an hour and 15, so we should be done.
Yeah.